Well, hello and welcome to, again, the Grand Prairie Fire Department quarterly update. If you recall, back in 2013, we did a couple of these video updates, and it gives me a chance to update the department on all the happenings and the events and everything that's going on in our great department. And then also I came around toward the end of the year and did an in-person update at each fire station. So in 2014, we plan on doing the same type of process. I'll do a couple of these videos and eventually make it out to the station to do an in-person video update as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to briefly first talk about the budget. And if you recall, back in February, we put out an email requesting for budget requests. You got to understand that the budget, while it doesn't start till October, the process actually begins 6 months before in February. So when we put out the email, we requested input, and you came out in force and gave us about $1 million worth of requests. Command staff reviewed all those, and we have pared it down to about $600,000 of budget request, and of which about half of that is one-time purchases, and the other half, or $300,000, is reoccurring budget expenses that will occur each year. We don't know what city manager will approve. Our meeting is at the latter part of May, and we'll find out then what is approved. But just briefly, not to get into all the weeds of the budget, we have asked for increased money in uniforms, equipment, tools, flashlights, batteries, foam, all of those types of things. We're asking for some upgrades in our EMS devices. We're asking for upgrades in training. Our online CE, raving fans, it goes on and on and on. Some of the reoccurring expenses we're asking for are a fire inspector, which would be a firefighter position in prevention, looking to upgrade our part-time billing position to a full-time position, and there's a whole list of things we're looking to ask for. If you really want details on the budget, just send me an email, or next time you see me, ask, and I'll show you the list. But I do appreciate everyone's input. Because again, we had over $1 million in requests, and I don't know if that's been done before in our department, but it will continue in the future, I can promise you that. Some large ticket items that we're looking to fund are as follows. Battalion Chief 1, we're looking to purchase a truck just like we have for Battalion 2, and we'll make the current Battalion Chief 1 our reserve. That will be a reserve for each BC. It'll be a reserve for 608 and a reserve for 620. As you well know right now, when those go down, we really have nothing to get into. We're also looking at purchasing a reserve QUINT, a brand new one. Now this will be a new change for our department, and I've got to convince city manager of the importance of buying a new apparatus that'll be over $700,000 and put it as a reserve. Everybody in this department knows our reserve equipment is in dire need of upgrading. We keep our apparatus too long, and then when we put them in reserve status, they're essentially wore out. So what we're offering is to buy a new QUINT, 75-foot aerial, that will be our reserve. So when Truck 1, Truck 9, QUINT 8, or QUINT 10 goes down for repair, PM, whatever the issue, our department will have a brand new aerial to get on to replace one of those 4 apparatus. We're also looking at some significant upgrades to Station 2, 8, 5, and 9. I think that was a project done. Some of those stations need some repair on the bay. They need some repair on the walls. They need repair on furnitures and fixtures. So we put all that into the budget, as well as a new engine for Engine 4, a new QUINT for Station 10, 2 new ambulances, and a dive truck, all coming hopefully in the next budget. So as you can see, we are spending a lot of money trying to upgrade our apparatus and facilities. Now also keep in mind, none of this includes the cost of Fire Station 10 and the 18 new firefighters we have to hire to staff that. So in the next 18 months to 2 years, the fire department will get probably more than our fair share of budget requests with the new station, new equipment, and all the new people that come with that. So that's the budget in a nutshell. Some other things that are going on are new Fire Station 1. If you drove down Main Street, hopefully you've seen the walls going up. We've had some dry weather during the winter, and the construction company, Pogue Construction, has really been able to keep ahead of the schedule. We're still looking at a late fall, early winter opening. Pending the weather, I'm really hoping for a mid-fall, maybe even, excuse me, an early fall opening. But the city's maintaining that line that we're looking at a late fall, early winter opening. Station 1 will be the masterpiece into downtown, and hopefully you've seen it as well as you're seeing some pictures right now on your screen. Station 10. Station 10 is being designed as we speak. I've sent out some renderings on email. As you can see, Station 10 on your screen has a lighthouse feature. It will be the size of Fire Station 1, 4 bays, a lot of storage, and having Station 1 with that amount of storage, having Station 10 with that amount of storage, a lot of our issues of not having room for our equipment will finally be over. So Station 10 should kick off construction about the same time we are opening Fire Station number 1. We are looking at a December 15 to March 16, that 4-month window of opening Fire Station 10 at the corner of Balboa and Grand Peninsula. Remember, we have to hire 18 people. We have to get some of those 18 through fire school. We have to get them through their FTO program. We have to get them on apparatus. We have to get everybody promoted. We have not opened a new station since, I believe, Station 9 in 2000 or so. So this will be a new endeavor for our department of opening a brand new station with that amount of people. Also, right now, QUINT 8 is in production. QUINT 8 should be arriving within a month, probably mid-May. Chief Murphy has put out an email and showed you some renderings of that. So it is coming, and as well as we're getting 2 new ambulances currently that Captain Overton is working on. And right now, tentatively, they are scheduled for 74 and 75, but that's subject to change depending on wear and tear. Keep in mind right now we're calling our ambulances 74 or 75. When Station 10 opens, we're going to transition that into Medic 1 or Medic 5 or Medic 10, mainly because we will be putting an ambulance at Fire Station 10, and it's going to be really hard to continue that 70 series with a number 10 in it. Not to mention, we know long-term Station 11 will open, so we're going to go ahead and make that transition into Medic whatever once the new CAD and Station 10 opens. We've had some retirements in the past 3 months. Lieutenant Dennis Webb, Randy Rachels, Bob Tillman, and Hank Ellis have all retired from our department. We lost about 150 years of service in that 3-month time, and of course we replace it with brand new people. We hated to lose those great leaders of our department. They just decided it was time for them to do the next step in life. We also know that David Dunn and John Lanier are pending retirement in April and or May. A lot of this is due to TMRS and the changes they've made, and I hope everybody understands that TMRS uses actuary tables, and those actuary tables predict our life expectancy as a retiree. As you well know, most retirees are living longer and longer and longer, therefore they adjusted their actuary tables to be effective January 2015. For the next 13 years, starting next year, everyone who is pending retirement, your projections are going down 0.5% a year for 13 years, or for a total of 6.5% through that span. So if you were looking at retiring at 2015 or 2014 or 2016, a lot of our guys are now looking at going earlier because of that TMRS change. And that is a reason we're seeing such an influx in retirement requests, and we're watching HR sees a lot of people pulling their predictions because TMRS is making some significant changes. We've hired some new people as well in the past quarter. Chase Wheeler is our new emergency management that we'll talk about here in just a minute. We've hired firefighter Robert Kimball, Alan Schroeder, Andrew Grondin, Chase Crawford, and Ryan Yacklin, who you will all see come to the shift or go to fire school in the very near future. We've also hired, just as of this Monday, Nora Castanedo. She is the Assistant Emergency Management Coordinator who will be backing up Chase in that office. And on that, as you well know, the fire department took over emergency management as of late last year or early this year. The police department had it. Tanya Hunter resigned and went to Fort Worth. We went ahead and assumed the emergency management duties. I think it's a great fit for our fire department. Chase is a great find. We got him from Fort Worth. Hopefully you've had the chance to meet him. And now adding Nora to that office will really get our emergency management office and all the things they do up to speed, up to modern standards, and move us into that next century mark that we need. We've also had some promotions. Brandon Jones is promoted to lieutenant. Philip Eastham and Mark Blaylock to driver. James Wendell will soon promote to captain. Todd Johnson will promote to lieutenant, and Chris Sieg to driver. As you well know, every promotion comes with additional responsibilities, and unfortunately for most of you, it comes with a project. Brandon Jones' project has been the mobile data computers, all 9 of them, getting them installed on the new apparatus. That is a significant project, and Chris Sieg will also help him with that. Eastham and Blaylock have been assigned recruiting. They're going to travel the state and recruit paramedics or paramedic students for our upcoming test in August. I've already given them their assignment, Eastham and Blaylock. Obviously, Eastham will do all the talking and Blaylock will just stand there and look tall. And we've already talked with Blaylock about that, and he's good with it. Wendell, don't know yet exactly what your promotional project will be, but I'm going to meet with you soon, but it'll probably have something to do with the hiring process. And Todd Johnson, same thing. Your projects are all pending. So congratulations on your promotions. And again, with extra money comes extra work and extra responsibility. So I hope you're up for the task. Medical control. We will soon go out for medical control or an RFP, a request for proposal. We will evaluate what other medical controls out there, form a committee, and then potentially change or stay with QuestCare. We don't know how this will unfold. We've been with QuestCare and Dr. Simmons for 7 years. And any contract in the city has to be evaluated about every 5 to 7 years. So we're at that point of needing to evaluate medical control. Cindy may be our best option, but we will evaluate what other options are out there and look for an October 1 medical control implementation. If you have any urge to sit on this committee and be part of the process, I'd encourage you to contact Captain Overton because this will be a committee decision to include 4 fire department people as well as some outside fire department people to help make that decision. Hazardous materials team continues to evolve. The trailer should be here this week or maybe early next week. All the equipment will be arriving with grant money. Everybody's trained. We've got additional training in mind. Our hazmat team is still being born. We're not exactly sure where it will end. I do not see us being this state hazmat team that we're going to go into every situation. I really see our hazmat team as giving you the tools and the education and the training to make sure you make the most safest decisions. We'll be able to go into some of the scenes, but for the most part, I just want our hazmat people to have that knowledge of what to do, what not to do, when to call the appropriate professionals, and what we can take care of, we will. I see it as a hybrid in a way. When we need to call TAS or a professional company, we will. If it's something we can go into a Class B suit and take care of, then we'll certainly do that as well. But hazmat is a constantly evolving team, probably still 12 months away from really knowing exactly where we're at. Paramedic training. Soon, as I've been telling many people, I'm going to put out a memo on paramedic school. We're in a little conundrum in our department when we have the rank of firefighter with two different expectations. Some have paramedic and some are not. Through legal opinion and many other opinion that I've sought, we need to have one consistent rank with one consistent expectation, and that's paramedic. So of the 12 firefighters who are not paramedic, I have talked to, I think, all but one of them in person, and everybody is going to be giving a paramedic school date. Some of them are not till 2020, and it really may not even happen. But everybody will be given a date, and everybody eventually will be paramedic trained, as that is 70% of what we do, and unfortunately right now, it is a true public expectation. So I know this creates a little heartache with some of the tenured people. We're going to do everything in our power to make it as palatable as we can. But at the end result, one day every firefighter will be a paramedic. You should see some training increases. You know, we did our truck academy that we sent many people through. Right now we have 3 people at the fire department instructor conference in Indianapolis. Right now we have 3 people at Swift Water training in New Braunfels, going up and down the Comal River. We're also purchasing the forcible entry door with our training budget. Sherry, as well as some of the EMS lieutenants, will be going to the EMS conferences this year in Tennessee, in Virginia, and Reno. We also are doing the cadaver lab. We're trying to send as many people as we can on duty to the cadaver lab. So one thing I vowed to do when I got here was increase our training. The most common complaint I heard from all of you out there was we don't train enough. So hopefully you're seeing an influx of training dollars as well as an influx of training hours to our department. Station 4, 3, and 6. We know we have to do something. I've met with city manager and have gained tentative approval to move those stations. We're looking at moving Station 4 a little bit north and west. Station 3 will be around Freestone and Robinson, and Station 6 we're looking at moving out more toward Beltline. This is an 8-year plan. We still have to acquire the land and the money, but we are looking at moving those stations, so you probably won't see too much money put in to any remodel at this point. We have a very busy spring and summer ahead of us. Our new SCBA are about to arrive. The new CAD system's being implemented as we speak. The servers are in. CJ and Kevin Briggs are in training today, going through the new CAD training. Firehouse has already been installed. We're going to be training on our new firehouse records management. So this summer and spring, it will be full. We're really not looking at doing anything else but trying to take care of this business, because this will be a full-time job for all of us getting to that next level. A lot going on in our department. Many, many good things. I just want to take this time to thank you for all your hard work. I truly believe in the marathon pace. We take it slow, we take it steady, but we never stop. We're always moving in a direction. Sometimes that may be a little forward, sometimes it may be a little sideways. But no matter what the case, we'll always move in a direction. Some of you complain that we're not doing enough. Some of you complain that we're doing too much too quick. I'm trying to find that balance as new chief of making sure we're going in the direction we need to go at the right pace, and I hope we do that. Any suggestions or comments, please forward them to me. You should know my door is open. Many of you come in all the time and talk to me. I will always have an open door policy and very informal. So once again, I thank you. It's been about 20 minutes, probably a little bit longer than I planned, but I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching. And again, I thank you for your effort as we make this department as best as we can make it.